Welcome back.
That was really sad.
Why?
Just say it again.
It was... Welcome back.
One more time. One more time.
Welcome back.
To more content. I'm your host, Lily.
And I'm begrudgingly Cody.
Yeah. Well.
I am Mr. 0 for 3 on the intros, apparently.
Hey, come on. I'm starting this episode. This is the second time of us starting this episode because...
It's about to be a third.
I was going to say, if you hear horses in the background neighing and going crazy, just ignore that. The neighbors...
Never heard a horse like that.
Okay, could we not...
Sure.
Thank you. Anyway, if you hear the horses, I apologize. They're going crazy because it's spring and they're rolling around and living their best life out there. But that's all I've been hearing for an hour. And now, that's enough. All I hear is you breathing. Anyway, so yeah.
Which leads us to our first topic.
What is our first topic?
I'm kidding. ASMR.
Oh, ASMR. Oh, yeah. So to preface this, I watch a lot of TikTok.
Are we actually going to lead into that?
Yeah, why not?
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Best. Best.
I watch a lot of TikTok, and some of my all-time favorite videos.
Almost all of them. The ones you seem to gravitate towards. I'm like, oh god.
No. Okay, let me rephrase this. I usually watch like the pool cleaning videos that are like on 2 times the speed or super sped up. In the audio, it sounds like, they're sped up, or like the carpet cleaning or the weed whacking and grass cutting videos.
This is why I say, like, so much of the stuff that you're drawn towards.
It's not the ASMR, because I can watch those on silent and be just as happy.
I don't think you could. I honestly don't.
But I watch them on silent. You don't hear, like, sometimes I'll be like watching TikTok on full audio and you could hear it, so that's not my fault. But I don't watch it for the audio aspect of it. I watch it for the visuals of cleaning and all that stuff. But there are some like ASMR videos I watch just to watch, not because I love the ASMR, and it rings something in you that you get so violently angry, and it just cracks me up, and I don't understand it.
It's just the way I'm programmed.
But like,
there's two sides of the coin, right? You're either on the pro ASMR or you're not, and I am very much on the latter. Although there's been times where it's like, I feel like I might have been getting the tingle or something, I've heard a video and I'm like, oh, do I like this? And then, 2 seconds later, I'm like, no, this is giving me a visceral. Yeah, and for anyone who doesn't know, like, ASMR videos are like auditory stimulation videos. So like people whispering or tapping things or... You've just set me into a bad mood.
I'm sorry. But it's just people with like really expensive microphones and like just any sound you can think of. You can look it up on YouTube. There is an ASMR video for it. It doesn't bother me. I think it's like a fun aspect of the internet. But most of the videos I watch, like for the cleaning videos, which I love, I could literally watch them for hours. It's sad. But there's nothing I love more than like someone cleaning up their yard, a before and after, probably because it soothes my soul.
I was gonna say, it's like an OCD thing, right?
Yes, I'm very OCD when it comes to, not OCD, I think I'm using that term wrong. I'm a perfectionist. I love a perfect cut lawn. I love like not a leaf on the lawn. And it's funny because like we live in the country and like you just can't control how many leaves are on your lawn. And it's really hard to get like a clean cut edge on the driveway when your dad won't let you pave the driveway one day. But yeah, I'm just a perfectionist when it comes to landscaping and all that, and my garden and de-weeding. And so when I watch these videos, it just fills my heart with comfort because I don't know. It's just something that is like a control thing, maybe. I don't know. But same with pool cleaning. I love a before and after. I love a nasty, like, forgotten, abandoned pool, and then, like, just bam, like, that is clean. I don't know. It's just...
I think it's just human. We like...
Yeah.
It's just more appealing to see something manicured.
Yeah, and probably because my dad was just a redneck growing up, and... Our house is like a scrapyard, and I hate it. It's a little
deeper for you,
Yeah.
But I think that's just a very, personable thing, human thing.
Yeah. Well, the yard is getting there, okay? But yeah, that's what I like. You hate ASMR, which just cracks me up because it literally
It does. It
puts
cracks
you
me
in
up too, but
it
like
puts you in a
way.
bad mood, and I've never seen someone's reaction to that. I'm sorry.
I'll walk off. I swear to God.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry if I annoyed you. I annoyed myself with that one. But yeah, that was kind of like a topic I wanted to bring up. I'm trying to think of like what other videos I truly enjoy. And there's like some key friends that will send each other like these cleaning videos, like clean talk, like as people call it, like different cleaning products. And I love seeing like people go into hoarding homes and like scrape like literal like gunk off showers, and like it makes me so happy. And like the after, and like half the time it's for like a good cause, for like people who have like mental health issues. And like there's one particular creator I follow and it's just amazing. I'm just like, I could watch these videos all day. I'm trying to think of something that I came across recently. Hedge cutting, like people cutting like hedges. Like artistically and non-artistically. I don't know.
It's like another separate vein of that. I get it.
It's so random, but thank you, TikTok. Please never go away. Although Vine did go away and that broke my heart. It still breaks my heart. I still watch Vine compilations on YouTube.
Sure, but I think with TikTok it's more versatile, right? Like,
well, it's more like a learning tool, like a
not just
teaching
that. Yes.
/
And that
educational tool.
They may help with the longevity, but what I mean to say is that with Vine, it was the format, right, that people loved. It was like short and sweet. And now with
7-second comedy.
Yeah, with TikTok you can do, you can make it short if you like, but I'm just saying there's a little more versatility. So if you want it to be anything at any length, it's there, right? So I think it's just got more runway to go, but who knows? These things come and go, right?
I know, but that was like the whole talk that like the whole talk on TikTok, that it's, I don't know, it's getting banned in the States or something, and I'm like, how am I supposed to know how that new Scrub Daddy product works? Like, how am I supposed to
conspiracy
know?
Here?
Why? What's the conspiracy on it?
It's that it comes from the East and that it's been deployed in Western society to help like dumb down and kind of just brainwash in a way. I guess to help like societally like weaken.
Societally weakened. Do you know how much I've learned on TikTok? It has changed my life.
Which is the ironic thing. But you could also say that it does minimize your productivity, right?
Okay, listen here.
Just saying.
I feel very victimized here.
I'd say people in general, when you spend any amount of time doing, well, not anything, I guess if you're doing 8 hours a day of woodworking, you're going to get a lot done.
But what's the difference of gaming? And then I feel bad for the creators that like that's their career, and things like that. Like I get it. Like I guess you can.
That's why I don't game anymore. Like, not really. Like, I will defend
TikTok till the day I die. Sure. I'm sorry. It's just like one of the apps that like, and I was on it before people were on it, and I think
says you and everyone else.
I was on it in like 2018.
Sure. I know. I'm just saying there's like...
There was a lot of people, but I'm just saying like the masses really got into it during the pandemic. And
of course, because it was just the right time, right place.
Yeah, but
conspiracy theory again.
I really don't... If there's a conspiracy behind it, I don't care. I love it.
If we actually devote an entire episode to conspiracy theories, I think that would be a very relevant, I'd
have to do more research into it, but I just think it's... I don't know. I don't mind it. I guess you can... What was that?
The fan.
Oh, I thought that Darwin barked like a dog. And I was like, oh no, what is happening in this house? But yeah, TikTok, I think it's just the greatest. And it will be a really sad day for many reasons if it does get banned in America. But there's other apps that will just pick up where it left off. Like, let's be real.
Like anything. If you have a good product, it gets,
And like Instagram Shorts and YouTube Shorts, like it's kind of getting there. I kind of wish that the YouTube Shorts were as popular as a TikTok, because like I feel like it should be like in one thing as a creator, because I have to post on TikTok, I have to post on YouTube, I have to post on YouTube Shorts, I have to post on Instagram Shorts, I have to post on Facebook. I just like, can we just have like one universal social media? Yeah. Put all my followers in one place. Like it's kind of annoying because you have to work 5 times harder to get because there's different algorithms and there's different things that you have to post and wording and hashtags and lengths of videos. You have to edit things like 10 times. I digress. But I do love TikTok.
Yeah. Well, okay. But before I forget, on your digressions. Two things. One, I've heard that shorts are still pretty popular and like can be very profitable. Like again,
No,
I'm
I
not
understand
fluent.
that.
I'm not fluent, but it's interesting to know that like if that is.
But if they're gonna get rid of TikTok, then yeah, we'll shift over to the YouTube Shorts aspect of things because you can get a lot of views on them, and I understand. But anyway,
I don't know if people are like. I mean, that it seems like they're getting a big push. Like when I go onto YouTube now, it's like. I'm pretty sure if you open the YouTube app right now, you are brought. And I don't know if this is a setting you need to change. You're brought to a short already happening.
No, yeah, I know.
Like,
same with Facebook. You have it as you scroll.
I don't
They
like
have.
it.
I don't like that. There's like the Facebook, the autoplay stops. Like you used to be able to watch each short as like there. That really annoys me. Why? What do these dogs have to complain about? Why are you crying? Look at him. Because you brought your the pizzelles down, and now he wants more pizzelles. No, it's not
that. He's like looking at the window. I don't know. He wants to be free.
You're free. What do you want?
He looks so heartbroken.
Come here. Shaking. Oh my god.
The other comment I wanted to make before I forget again, with TikTok, it's a shame though that Canadian creators can't achieve this.
You don't make much money. There's no really creator fund for it. It's basically like free. It's like you post for free advertising for other aspects of socials. Yeah, you get your money, I think, from like contract deals and sponsorships. You don't get viewership funds like you do in the States. Come here.
Like your amount of views is not a direct, correlation to financial gain, which is a shame.
Yeah, and one of our really good friends is like a very, very successful Canadian TikToker. But yeah, he's like, I think he made more money because he sells the accounts.
He builds them up and then, add, potential. Basically, companies come in and they see that you have all these views, but it's like, it's great for these. I mean, it's unfortunate for the content creators, but it's great for these companies because they don't have to, shell out tons of money to actually get the viewership, I guess, or whatever the views.
Yeah.
For these accounts.
Can you put a pin in that? Can you turn the fan off?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Because I'm sorry.
No.
But yeah, as we were saying, our friend and his TikTok, which is hilarious.
It's very entertaining.
I forget what it's called. Daniel Day Puis, I think, is the TikTok handle.
If that's what he's currently still working with, yeah.
Yeah, I'll double check, but see.
What did you open up?
Sheesh, TikTok. I gotta look it up. Daniel Day. Yeah.
There's that.
Oh my god, the Wi-Fi in this place. Listen, everyone loves country living until you have to use the internet out here.
Yeah, it's hard. First world society country.
Oh, this account has 572,000 followers, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. But yeah, check it out. Daniel Day Puis. Poois. It's so good. Classic comedy. Anywho, so yeah, that's basically our first topic of the ASMR. I just know, like, oh my gosh, if we're ever arguing or something, I'm just gonna be blasting ASMR videos.
That'll do it. You may not win the argument, but
he won't be in the next one. He won't be in the next. I was gonna say TikTok. The next podcast, you're just gonna be gone, packing a little suitcase, and you're out of here. Oh. Anyway, what was the next topic? I forget.
There was a few.
Another reason. Okay, so this is a great seamless entry into the next
segue.
Yeah, segue into the next topic. I was on TikTok, okay, and the subject of the name brand Fanatics came on. Fanatics, right?
Correct.
It's a brand, right? Or company.
It is. It's a company. I'm not even going to call it a brand at this point. But
okay, so it's a company. So in the TikTok I saw was the MLB, I forget what teams it was.
Bulge Gate.
It wasn't Bulge Gate. Is that what they call it?
That's what I'm calling it, but people will get it.
So basically it was a TikToker going, since Fanatics took over MLB, basically uniforms and even fan jerseys and stuff.
It started with fan clothing, whatever, like paraphernalia, but fan gear. We'll
Yeah,
just say.
fan gear. Like, yeah, your jerseys, your
Hats,
yeah,
everything.
Yeah. Which you had bought a shirt. So you had bought a jersey, a Giants jersey, and it was this is when Fanatics took over, and
they've been
for the
slowly,
fan stuff.
Well, they've been doing this over a series of years now. It's been kind of a long time coming, but they've forced their way into like every corner of sports.
Because as we saw in this TikTok, so whatever, let me rewind here.
Sure.
So you got your jersey. I think you were at work. I opened it up and I was like, and I remember you were debating buying it, and like it took a while for you to make the purchase, whatever. And I was like, treat yourself, And then I opened the package to make sure, because I want to make sure it was like good and everything. And I was like, oh, this feels kind of cheap. Like, this is weird. And then you came home and then you tried it on, and like the sleeves are so tight on you. It does not look like a real jersey. It looks like some Wish.com, like, Temu thing. And I think you paid like a couple $100.
Yeah, it was on sale and it was still over a couple $100.
American or Canadian?
Canadian. I think probably, full like price, regular price, it might be like almost $3 after tax, but
which is crazy. And
that was the standard going price for quality jerseys.
No, that's what I mean. So we're expecting like, your quality jerseys,
actual authentic gear. Authentic.
And so I'm watching this TikTok, and you're not getting coffee. Look at him. You're such a weirdo. I love you so much. Houdini's passed out. Oh no, he was. Never mind. So I'm watching this TikTok, and these MLB players, he's like, what the heck is going on with Fanatics gear? Their pants are so see-through. They're white uniform. It doesn't matter, actually. I think any uniform. And you could see the shirts tucked in, and you could see like their underwear lines. Like, it is so embarrassing that, okay, sorry, it's not okay, but all right, fine. Fanatics, you want to do your fan gear cheaper, whatever. But your own, like the MLB players, why are they being dressed in this paper thin uniform? And then like the sleeves, you saw two players standing next to each other, and the sleeves are like completely different, like different ribbon, like different
game worn
surging. Like they're playing the game. Like, what? Are you crazy?
Yeah, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
But I'm like, you're not even funding like top quality. Like, these should be tailored to the players. Am I crazy?
More or less. I mean, I don't think they were ever actually tailored to players.
I mean, like tailored in the sense of like, these are specially made. These uniforms, like, to sell retail would be crazy, because like you're actually having like good quality materials, handcrafted, whatever, right? Even the print on the back was like some cheap silk screen,
but not even consistent. That's the problem.
It was so bad, and I'm shocked. I'm like, huh? Yeah. And as someone who works in the entertainment industry, I would never, ever put that on film. I would never put that on stage. Like, it's just like, there's a standard for certain elements of, whatever you're showing, and it's just the money that gets the money that gets poured into professional sports.
Yeah.
Like, it's mind-boggling that you're sending your players out on the field with see-through pants. Like,
billions of dollars every year. Probably. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if. Well, I'm not going to go so far as to say trillions, but maybe like across all major sports. And I'd have to do more research. I'm not sure if Fanatics is part of, say, like the soccer world or not, but like I wouldn't be surprised.
Absolutely crazy. And like, obviously the TikToker was like, how is this a thing?
Yeah.
Like, you
mentioned before, use the word standards, and that's just it. Like,
yeah,
they are taking like. What they're doing is nothing new, right? Like, pretty much across the board, like, look at like shrinkflation, all that stuff. Basically, any company that makes a product, they're always trying to find ways to minimize costs and maximize profits, right? So the drop off in quality for, companies are always trying to walk that line, to balance costs while still giving the customers or the consumers products that they're, interested or happy to be, purchasing.
Well, I'm not happy.
And I'm not, well.
I don't think anyone's
not
really
either.
happy.
Like,
I think that, but like that's the thing on TikTok. This is why I love TikTok. You're not the only one. There's so many people out there that are like noticing and like, not that like I think I was the only one to notice that, but like it's nice to be validated in, okay, as the masses see this, it's like what is going on, and it's sad. Like I would feel so upset if I was like I made it to an MLB team and like this is it, and like I don't know, like I'm very into like memorabilia and things like that, like like oh, this is my first official jersey and that's what I get. Are you kidding?
It's a good point, because putting on that jersey is a special thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Or at least once upon a time it was, but nowadays, like, for all these rookies coming into their, prospective leagues, it's a shame. It's truly a shame. Like, and, I'm wearing the perfect example of kind of how this ties in, but my hat is 47 brand. I've had other Fanatics hats, and
Sorry, all I hear is Dad.
Oh, yeah. But the quality is just night and day. Like I would never, and I mean we're talking the price of these 47 brand hats, for example. Which again, if you're looking, that's if in my perfect world, 47 brand would have the contracts for all these, because they would bring it back to what it truly should be.
So was that who it was originally?
No, Nike. Over the years, it's changed. Nike, Adidas, they've all had contracts. Nike.
Just hang on.
Yeah, so previously with the NHL, it was Adidas most recently. I know it was Nike with the NFL. So, for example, I don't know if it's still happening, but soon you won't see the Nike logo on, or the brand on any of the jerseys. But even the one that I got, it still has a Nike patch, but it's actually being produced in a Fanatics, or it's coming from Fanatics. So, because they had essentially just bought out the rights, right? So,
but this is the thing, like as like a big company like Nike and Adidas, and like there is a who's that?
That might be the Vince.
Oh my god. Nope.
No.
So like as big brands like Nike and Adidas, like to have your like people wear it, like it's like it's a special brand that you wear. Like I personally, like I'm not a brands person, but because they're more expensive.
It's a huge part in what drives the economy, right?
Yeah, like you're like, oh, I love Nike stuff, or I love Under Armour. I used to be a huge Under Armour fan. I don't know, they've changed over the years. But like it's like having these big brands that mean something that people invest in for quality, comfort, whatever. They're loyal. Like people will only wear Nike, only wear Adidas. Like there's people out there, and now you're attaching your brand to this Fanatics thing that is just, I don't know. As a brand, I'd be like, absolutely not. I am not representing my company like that.
Well, and so just to clarify, as I said, there will come a time where you won't see the Nike patch anymore.
No, I understand. I'm just saying,
it's just
like,
running out the contract, and like
I know,
for them, like, and this is the truth of the matter. Like from what is being reported, basically, Fanatics as a company just has this endless bankroll. It's kind of like what you're seeing. I mean, again, you may not be fluent in this, but like with the Saudis and what they're doing, basically buying up like all professional sports. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, it's sort of golf. I heard something about golf. I don't know.
Golf was the biggest one, the most like kind of, we'll say controversial, but or more like forward in like the news, kind of nationally. But they created their own league, the Saudi league, the Live is what it's called, Live. And they attracted all these major players from the PGA, which has just been, that's been the professional standard for golf, right? If you're trying to become a professional, it's hockey, it's the NHL. For golf, it's the PGA, it's the tour. And we're talking over 100 years of history, or probably in and around there, but
But they're offering them more money and more contracts.
They have all this endless wealth, and they're just throwing it. And we're all humans, right? So for a while, there was people who with the PGA, they refrained, and they're like, no. But the reality, the harsh reality is the amount of money that they were offering these people. And we're not like, I mean, yes, they were trying to go big game hunting, but they were paying secondary, tertiary level athletes as like this one contract that they were going to sign with like the Live tournament or the Live Tour, I guess probably is more commonly known as, was far more than they could potentially likely ever make in the PGA, like in their entire lives, with one contract, and then you can still go play.
But
and
see
make more
that,
money.
like, I don't mind that. Like, I don't mind that because
It's fine. It's fine if the product they put out with Live, which from what I understand, like, I don't follow golf super closely anymore, but from what I understand, it's been fine. The product with Fanatics, and this is the big issue. It's the same model. They just have all this money, and they keep throwing at all these different sectors. They're coming in, and they're just putting their foot in the door, and it's like it's the Amazon model, right? It's like we're the only game in town, and at least with Amazon, I mean, there's good and bad, I think, but there's a lot of advantages, and there's a reason it works, and there's a reason why people, you don't think Amazon, you immediately grimace, right? Like, for the most part, a lot of people, like, there's a lot to like about Amazon, right? The convenience, whatever that it offers, it works, but so. The issue is that Fanatics and, in theory, anyone can do. If you have all this money and you just throw it at whatever you're trying to get into.
But are you saying with the Live thing?
Live Tour, yeah.
But like, that's not the same. They're still producing a good product, seeing people play.
No, I understand. But I'm just bringing that in because it's the same
concept.
Exactly.
Like, they're buying out everything.
That's just it.
And I understand that, but like
all this money.
But like Fanatics, like, you want to do that, you got to bring a big game. Like, I hate this.
Well, you hope. As consumers, we hope that you do, but therein lies the issue, right? Fanatics has done the same thing. They're taking over the game, but they are, at the same time, ruining it. And
that's what I'm saying.
They're standing there going, well, what are you going to do about it? There's no one else. Like, we are the only people that you're going to be able to get your gear from. Too bad. You get what you get. And they're blatant about it. Like the jersey that I bought, right? Like the authentic jersey that I bought. As I said, price point is about the same, $200 to $300. That was pretty standard. That's still pretty standard for a lot of authentic game wear. Like, you can get your cheaper grade stuff for $100 and less.
I know, that's fine.
But now, what Fanatics has done is you can get the same level of authenticity, we'll call it, whatever, that I now paid roughly $300 for. You have to pay $500.
That's crazy. Oh my God, that is insane.
That is the problem. They're just like, too bad. This is it. This is the situation. And the one thing that can actually topple them and force them back into, like, a reality that we can all be happy with is remind them that the way that consumerism works is that, guess what? If we don't, as consumers, don't feed in to the crap that they're giving us, they have no leverage anymore.
But people are always going to feed into it. That's the problem. You have to collectively act together.
And this is what I'm saying. I'm like, people, if you hate it this much, stop buying this stuff. If we don't feed into it, they no longer have this pedestal to sit upon. It's like, you can have all the money in the world, and that's great. They've already become uber successful, whatever. As a company, I'm sure they could never make another sale again, and it's like, whatever, they're good, But obviously, that's not the way business works. You want to continue to make profit. So, as consumers, if you want to try and change things, then you do literally, it's not like, well, there's, whatever, I'm not going to get off topic here, but you do have the power, we do, to influence the situation, and that is by not buying the products. And I, for one, outside of, I know I bought that jersey, but that was kind of the real...
It was the tail end of it, yeah.
But it was the tipping point for me personally. I will not buy another Fanatics product.
No.
If someone gifts me one, I'm going to have this whole same spiel with them. And you know what? If anybody's watching this and you're ever considering buying me anything, don't give me anything.
No,
from
just don't buy anything for anyone.
No,
for any reason.
There is a lot of really cool stuff out there, good brands, whatever.
No, I'm just saying, like, Fanatics specific.
Yeah.
We're just straight up warning you. Like, it is so terrible. It is, and the fact that it jumped to $500 is so mind-boggling. It's scary. Like, what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. As an influencer, to hopefully have a real voice, Fanatics, you suck.
Influence?
Yeah, to have an influence, Fanatics, you suck.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure
get your shit together or get out of the game.
Yeah.
That is simple, period, on God. Like, I'm done. Like, the fact that you paid that much just infuriates me. Because I'm not a brands person. Like, even, like, my sweater I inherited from my uncle who passed away. It was sad, but he left me a lot of these shirts because he knew I love hunting.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this is me. Like, I'm not a brand person. Even, like, to be a successful, like, influencer, like, the brand would have to be something I absolutely love. I'm just saying, like, I hurt for fans like you, people who want to invest in something nice for themselves or for a friend or just to have as memorabilia, that's sports for you. But, like, it's just heartbreaking that this is the product you're getting. And it's okay.
Life is hard these days, It's not easy.
I just wanted to treat myself.
No, seriously, it's like sports, entertainment, like whatever. Like it's all supposed to be a distraction. That's like the mechanism. It's a getaway from like the hardships. I mean, it's not just that, but that is a big part of what sports are. Right? It's to get enthralled with something that is just whatever, something you can cheer for. So, going back to like, if you want to spend your hard-earned money and then this is what you get, it's just such a slap in the face.
The only thing that we're very thankful for the sports world is that the Jays Stadium has those $20 tickets, and it's a pretty decent deal.
That's not the only thing, but that has been one of the best revelations for anybody.
I'm sorry, but your poutines are still way too expensive for the flavor. I said, but their poutines are still way too expensive for how low quality flavor it is.
Well, but those $20 seats offset the cost. It's like I guess I feel a little more comfortable knowing that my trip to the Jays, just for the tickets alone is going to be $40 versus, potentially for like that same level of experience. I mean, it's just you can't compare because the different zones you can get with this Blue Jays package now and whatever. I'm happy to promote that. You would have had to pay over $100 easily to be able to sit in that section and get that same experience. So the fact that you can now get this for $20, whatever plus tax, it's basically nothing in today's economy. It's great. It's fantastic. That is, to your point, one of like, that is a true sign of like a company doing something right. And I'm not going to go ahead and say, I mean, it's almost such a good deal that it does feel like it was truly, in the interest of the people, like the fans.
But you get more tickets sold in a standing room anyway.
You get more tickets sold, but I'm saying if you're selling 4 tickets at $20 versus 1 ticket at $60, and you were already still selling a fair amount of those $60 tickets previously, because $60, though a little steep compared to other, Again,
just hang on. Fair warning with these $20 tickets for Jays, it's standing. Like there's no seats. At least
there are sections. And this is what I'm saying.
The benches. But they're like benches. But if you have me, someone who previously has broken their back,
there's no lumbar support.
I will just buy a ticket in a single seat next to the section.
That's when you buy those like
the seat cushions,
seat backs.
That
you can just put on like a
maybe. Seriously. We'll play around with it this year. I think
it's for what that offering is, like the different zones and like I don't think you never got up to the top with us when we went last time.
You abandoned me.
I abandoned you.
You abandoned me.
Yep.
I was eating my poutine, Carl and you abandoned us.
Well,
no, it was a really good, like where the standing is, like you're like right there, like it's great. I will vouch for that. But maybe I'll just have to bring my cushion.
Sure.
Because I'm old.
Sure.
But I didn't go to the other place. They have like cornhole and like other sections that you like. It's fun. It's more interactive too, and like
Yeah. Well, I don't know. To put a ribbon on it, we'll say if you have not much more to say, I think that as it stands, the Fanatics brand logo is just like an F. Mm-hmm. It should really be an FU.
And not in the few cooking knowledge way.
Not in that kind of way, no. More in the traditional
We hate you, Fanatics. Like I said earlier.
For what you've done.
Yeah, we hate you for what you've done.
You have a chance to fix things. And, like, if you want to...
Now what am I supposed to... If this is,
like, the long con game and you, like, all of a sudden just go the opposite direction, which...
It won't happen.
I know I'm being facetious.
It would have to have gone the other way. Also, I'm just mad because now what gifts am I going to give you?
Well, you're just gonna have to. You can start with 47 brand, but there's.
I think I bought you everything that you wanted.
You can still get like, for example, like I was considering buying myself a custom Red Wings jersey.
From Fanatics.
God, no.
Oh.
No. Have you not been listening to me for the past 20 minutes?
Oh, does 47 do jerseys and stuff?
47 does do some jersey-esque. I think they have this like jersey sweaters thing right now that's really cool. But no, what I was gonna say was they're like Adidas. There's still retailers and things. Like I was talking to, or I got information, a tip on where to go regarding this custom jersey because I wanted to create something memorable and whatever, unique. So people said like there's this retailer in Detroit. I'll have to look it up again because it's eluding me right now, but they still have a batch of the Adidas jerseys that they use. So then you can they have a box, but they have a bunch of those. You take that and that's your template, and then you build it from there. So there are still a lot of avenues for getting good quality products, but again, that's Fanatics needs to see that you can try and be the only player in the game, but even if that is the case, then what needs to happen is people just need to stop buying.
Sorry, did you just see what happened?
I saw him go over there, but no, I didn't really see
D'Artagnan, he literally just woke Houdini up and stared him in the eyes like, this is my blanket. Oh my gosh, D'Artagnan, I did not save your life to be a bully.
You said he was always a bully, though.
D'Artagnan?
Kinda, like with Nikita
Darwin.
And stuff. With Nikita and Lupo.
Oh, yeah. He would always attack the dogs. He's a dog hater. Chill. Or I'll stop giving you meds. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so Fanatics, you suck. Moving on. One of the next subjects, again, actually, it's another TikTok thing that I found out. So we were going to do our East Coast trip. This is just a little sidebar. And on my East Coast trip, I was like looking for things to do. I don't know exactly where they do it, but the cranberry harvest season, which happens in October. Oh, I think it was going to happen too late. That's why we weren't going to be there. But like one of the things I've really wanted to do was do, like you see the Ocean Spray commercials and people in like their, what are they called? The rubber boot coveralls.
Sure.
In the cranberry water with the floating cranberries. I wanted to do that. There's like...
Is it like dead waiters? Like those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that the name?
For fishing and stuff? Yeah, dead waiters.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, cool. Like, so I was looking into it and I was like, this is something I really want to do. And again, the other night on TikTok, someone's like, you want to do the cranberry harvest. Oh, that's
like
cute.
The Backyard Boys or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Basement something? Two Italian dudes.
Yeah. I forget. Basement Yard? Does that make
Something
sense?
Like
Yeah. Anyway, another TikTok. And he was like, oh, that's cute. Like, you want to go do the cranberry harvest. Did you ever hear of like the wolf spiders? And I'm like, and ding, like I was like, wolf spiders. I know very intimately about wolf spiders because living out here in the country, like there's a reason why fall decorations are spiders. You can't open the back door to our kitchen because literally from September 1st to probably mid-November.
Until your first like snowfall.
Yeah. You open the door and I'm not even kidding, a minimum of 6 spiders this big. Big black hairy wolf spiders, okay? Will like come running in, okay?
Yeah. Oh, why thank you. They tip their hats and
yeah, like they're like, okay, we're here, and like I hate spiders. I will deal with snakes any day. I will, but spiders. It's just like this is the one thing I didn't want to do moving back here, but like because of that reason and being in the basement, it just makes it worse. But anyway, so these wolf spiders, I know them very intimately, and Cody refuses to kill them.
That's not true. I just don't like it.
They're literally the size of small mice. Like they're like
small mice. Come on, they're a really small mouse.
Yeah, the little ones.
They're like the size of a loony.
They're like no, they're not. I will. Okay,
sometimes
everyone, stay tuned. That this fall, I will literally show you. I will post it on TikTok, and I will share it to my Instagram. You will see what I'm talking about. Anyway, Cody will save them and put them back outside, and I'm just like,
they gotta earn
hell
it.
no.
If they're gonna get inside the house, they gotta earn it. That's all I'm saying. It's a game. It's a game I play.
I hate it. Anyway, so he was going on about the cranberries, but like, so what they do, how they harvest the cranberries is the farmers will flood the field, and cranberries are hollow, so they will float, and like that's how you get them to get off the bushes. Is a cranberry bush? I don't even know. Anyway, see, I wanted to do the tour, so I knew how these things worked. Anyway, but
I think it's cranberry trees.
Okay. They flood up to like 20 feet. That's how you're standing in it. But also they introduce a lot of wolf spiders because it takes care of the natural pests that eat the crop. Yep. So when they flood the fields, what the hell do you think is on top of those cranberries? See? If you hurt the horses, they're freaking out because they see them. It's I was gonna say horse spiders. It is wolf spiders. Mm-hmm. Running around, floating on the little cranberries, and like thousands of them. Mm-hmm. That is, and they'll crawl up you to get out of the water. They don't want
to get to the highest,
driest point. And what is that? The top of your damn head. And you know what? After learning this information,
hell to the no.
Oh, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it as much as I wanted to be that Instagram cutie. Like, look at, we're harvesting cranberries.
Yeah, but I think the more that they start doing that, and then the more that they get, like, mauled by...
it's like the girlies...
Aragog.
Yeah, like, how many Aragogs have we seen? Mm-hmm. So learning this, I'm like, no. I'm never doing that. Cancel it, scratch it off the bucket list. We're not doing that. Also... I think that a lot of people do not realize, and people will fight me on it, but like, I don't know if you've ever like ran through a cornfield here in southern Ontario, or sunflower fields, or tall grass. Like, I don't know if you've seen my garden tour video. There's a reason I wear long pants and long sleeve shirts and stuff. Besides ticks, like that's just ticks. Obvious is ticks. Spiders. Girlies, what are you doing running through that's spider territory? Like, oh, you think it's cute? You think it's cute to run through that in a dress? Like, no, maybe I've been traumatized so much from these spiders, like over the years. It's not how you see it. It's not how you see in movies. Okay, sunflowers, that's where they live. Like, it's fall. It's like the perfect thing. They're tall, they're up there, and you're running through it with all these spider webs and spiders. And oh my God, this reminds me of that story on tour. Oh my God.
Yep. You almost died.
I almost died, guys. I almost died. Okay. I was on tour, and the theater that I was on tour was on a lake. And I know it was really pretty, blah, 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 up north. And at the time, I was having a really difficult time on tour. A lot of things were going down, and I was in a really bad place. So I was like, okay, after I was done my work, stage managing or doing whatever, I was like, okay, I'm going to go through the back entrance of the theater, and I'm going to go out the back so I don't see anyone. I think it was like an opening night for this particular leg in the tour. Sorry, my phone keeps going off. I don't know if the chickens are setting the cameras off. Anyway, so it's pitch black, and because I'm like known to be afraid of everything, I turned my light on. Thank Christ. Okay, so like there's sand, so you're like, I have to walk out the back door and come around. I have to walk to the back door, come around, and go through. So there's like a fence, like you would have in a backyard, and a big door. You have to unlatch it, and you have to walk through it. Mm-hmm. Thank God, I had my flashlight on, and I'm seeing like all these like thousands of little glistening thing. I'm like, oh, is it like dewy out here? Is it moist? Like, it was the middle of summer, and I'm like, what the heck is that? And I'm coming around, I'm like, I see like the odd spider, and I'm like, okay, this is like dock spiders. Oh, they're dock spiders. I think that's what the type of spider. And I shine my phone up where the door is, all along the fence. It is covered, I'm like movie quality, covered in one giant spider web, like thick, like white, like you would have to like...
They were gunning for you.
You would have to like cut the web with with scissors, right? To get through it. Each one of those glistening dots was a spider. waiting. If I had walked through that,
It's over. Arachnophobia, it's done.
people were like, what would you have done? And I was on the phone with my mom at the time. I was like,
You would
Mom.
have done nothing. You would have been done.
I was on the phone with my mom and I was like, and my mom knew that sound. She's like, what?
Spiders.
What is it? And I was like, I almost walked through it. What would I have done? What would I have done? I would have
Heart attack.
I would have ran into the lake. I would have ran into the lake. I would have I don't know, called 911. So sorry for that quick cut. Our battery died. It like overheated. That's like something that's come here. That's
I agree.
really
That's how I feel, Houdini.
it really pisses us off. I mean, we didn't really talk much about like anything after this. But just to preface this, yes, the whole thing on tour, like it was terrifying. And I think that my dream of working the cranberry fields is over. We're sorry we're in a downer mood. We had some like 15 minutes cut because the battery overheated or something, and now that's just the life of learning tech. Yeah, I think that because they were bought, they're not Sony batteries, and I think that they're just cheap and overheat. So what did we learn? Never to use those again.
You gotta pay for certain things in life. For quality. Fanatics.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll have to just strictly buy a Sony battery because I can't afford to do that again. At least we have the audio.
Yeah, because I set up today. And I made sure. I'm not blaming you.
The last one I set up too.
The one that we didn't have the audio from, you set up. I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying when I set up today, I was putting.
I know, but the last episode I set up and made sure it was plugged in too.
No, I understand. Again, I'm not blaming you. Like, yes, I was referencing the fact that you were the one who failed to that day. But again, I think you may have mentioned it. Like, you got a phone call right before, like as you were finishing the setup.
Yes,
so, like,
I got distracted. It was a very important phone call.
Not really your fault. Yeah. But what I was saying is that simply as I set up the camera, I kind of had a chuckle to myself because I'm like, oh yeah, better make sure this gets plugged in.
Yeah, and the reason why I didn't realize that my battery was overheating because my monitor, it disconnected, like the Bluetooth disconnected. Honestly, tech sucks. This is why I need a crew. Like, we're the subjects of this. Y'all can set it up for us. But yeah, with that said, yeah, the end of my story with the tour is... I don't know if I mentioned that, like, I went back inside to warn everyone that all these spiders were there, and one of the local crew people was so nonchalant about it, and they were like, oh, it's fine. Just walk through it. Like, what? Are you crazy? Anyway, that's, like, one of my worst fears, besides the fear of flying. Oh, that's what I think we mentioned. Our lost episode, we had a sound engineer look at it, and it is what it is, so...
In case it didn't make it into the original footage, I just want to put out there that if that happened to me, I would spin like a tornado or triangle.
Oh, with the spiders? I thought you were talking about, like, the episode.
No, just because I thought that was funny, but also, like, that's...
So if you got covered in spiders, you would spin like a tornado. I don't think it would do anything. I think that I would take all my clothes off, and
I think I would start by spinning trying to spin like a, tornado, and then... progressively probably just falling over and like rolling, which sounds gross because you're just like crushing all these spiders on you, but it's just like trying to put out a fire.
I know, because you hate killing spiders.
No, but I mean just like thinking about just like that actually, being covered in what's worse or almost as bad as being covered in live spiders, covered in spider bits, gunk. Yeah, it doesn't sound appealing, does it?
I would rather that than live spiders.
Sure, I understand. I know. Because they can't kill you anymore.
I'm sick of the spiders. We're never going cranberry harvesting. We're never running through the fields of sunflowers and corn, and I'm kind of over it, okay? It's not like it is in the movies. I'm just yelling again, I'm sorry.
You're passionate.
I'm very passionate and terrified. And, like, I have very few fears in life. Well, actually, no, I have.
Liar.
Maybe the next episode we'll get into our fears. Let me write that down before I forget, which include...
We've talked about our fears before.
That was on the episode that we lost the audio.
Spoiler, I have almost none.
He has fears. He has fears of a lot of things, including jump scare movies and gore and all this other stuff.
Nope. It's like one fear that kind of like trickles into a few other things.
Okay, we're not getting into it now because we're going to wrap up this episode. It may not be an hour because we've been here for an hour and we lost 15 minutes of footage, which it's okay. The things we talked about, I don't think we were supposed to be talking about just yet.
I don't know. There was such good
Content?
I was going to say just conversation, which is what this whole thing is.
Let's just say Cody's entering the world of acting. And it's really going to be funny, in my opinion, because he was cast perfectly. And I think it's going to be hilarious. And the directors...
I'm not supposed to say which Netflix show it is, but...
I've worked with the directors before. I've actually been killed on screen for them about 2 times. Loved it. Got my guts ripped out in the one film. And then I got my throat slit recently, actually, in the last film. That was fun. So I think it's going to be a great time. I think that the character you're cast as is perfect. And I look forward to your acting skills.
As you should.
Because I think you were cast based on your lack of acting skills.
Maybe.
And your awkwardness.
Maybe.
Ichabod, he's petting you. Did you see that? Please.
No, he was in my blind spot.
Oh. I'm sorry.
As you should be.
Just a quick... So Cody's back to playing volleyball after his hernia surgery now, and I've been heavily training for like the last 6 weeks and learning different skills and stuff. And this past game on Monday, I was dying because every time I went to go set you up, you were already trying to get the ball. And half the time I didn't realize I was playing on your left side in your peripheral, that you're blind, so you couldn't see me. And I just felt so bad. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna set you up, but like you're already flying towards me because you can't see the fact that I'm setting you up. That's like, maybe I should never play on your left side again.
No, I think it worked. I think you just need to let me know.
That's another thing.
Yeah, that's it. And which is just, again, a fundamental of the sport, right? Like calling the ball. I'm going to move, like, look, for me playing anything, part of playing that sport is reacting, right? So when I see whatever the ball is doing, I'm going to react towards it. We were standing next to each other, so, especially for me, that's like a half step.
Everything I set, you got, but seeing the fear in your eyes of like, what are you doing? Because like I would set it up to like your number 2 position or 2, like, yeah, you were like 2,
I'm right
almost
beside
3.
You would be setting, in theory, me up right next to you, but then it was like where I would have to go try and get the ball is.
Oh, but like seeing the fear, I went like this, I set it, and I turned, I was like, what? Like my head, I was like, what the hell are you doing next to me? And your face was like, what are you doing? And like you literally had to like run back and like hit it. And I was like, I'm just trying to set you up, bro. But I forget that like, so also, all you're seeing is the ball like come over, and you're not seeing where it's landing or like if I got it or not.
I'm gauging. Right?
Yeah, you're gauging to like maybe you have to come in
I'm not oblivious
and back me up.
There.
Yes, but I feel like on those ones you were trying to back me up. And like, but there was this moment that it's like slow motion. I'm like, yay, I got it. I set it, and as I'm setting it, I turn you, and I'm like,
it's because you're not completely, but like setting it up and away from where I should be. It's not like these are good sets.
No, okay.
This is the truth.
This one I set up. It was a little further back than what. Yes,
but if I was to set going to hit, are you telling me that you were setting it where I should be hitting it?
It was still in your little box of number 2. It was just further back. It wasn't set forward for you to smash it.
Right.
But you could have pushed it.
Made a different play on it.
But it was like this perfect, like, you know that meme from, what's that freaking show? Umbrella Academy? You know the meme where number 5 is driving and then Elliot Page is driving and the 2 cars are passing like this and they both look at each other. They're both like because they're in the same timeline, and it was really confusing to them. But the two cars are passing. I'll add it in maybe if I edit this.
I vaguely remember.
But that's exactly what we did. I like went and I said it, and then we turned and like we looked at each other like, "What are you doing?" Like both of us, and I'm like,
I literally said those words out loud on one plate for sure.
"Oh my god!" But yeah, I forget that you're blind, and I need to be more verbal, and I should be in general.
We all should. If you're going for the ball, if you think like if you commit to making a play on the ball, call it.
That's so funny. Oh my god, good times. I love volleyball. I'm so excited for this summer. Lots of training.
Me too. Love sports.
Yeah. Who am I? Anyway, we'll wrap that up here. I'd like to thank you for being patient with this episode. We had a lot of noise going on in the background. Just, you tell people quiet on the set and they just don't understand
Horses
that.
don't play along.
The horses just be yelling constantly. I don't mind it. They're rolling around out there. They're living their best life today. It's a beautiful sunny day. It's a rainy day here in Los Angeles. Yeah. But yeah, thank you. And thank you for joining us for more content. And yes, the next episode, we will get into our fears that are more than just spiders. Okay?
Sure.
And yes, some of my fears are irrational, but
Everybody's got irrational fears.
I don't think people have heard of this one. So, all right.
I
Okay.
don't trust people that wear vests.
You don't trust people that wear vests?
That's a joke. I forget what that's from, but it's from something. Anyway.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Ci vediamo.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time on more content.
Bye-bye.
And hopefully our battery doesn't die. Okay. Love you. Bye. You a good boy.